We're not live. We're live on Instagram. Now we're live. Hey, Martin and Chelsea Matthews here. Thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live today, right now, to talk to you about something very important. We have a wealth building challenge coming up. It's starting next week, right?
Yes.
And we want to talk to you a little bit about why it is so important that you participate in this coming up challenge and how it's going to help you in your life, your finances, really everything. It really is going to be life-changing. And so today we're talking about wealthy mindset versus poor mindset. Okay, and this is so key.
Preach on, sister.
This may sound like something that you've heard before, wealthy mindset versus poor mindset, having the right mindset. But you know what? When it comes to mindset, let me tell you what. You could have all the right information, all the right financial tools. You could even have a lot of money. But if you don't have the right mindset, it's not going to do you any good. You're going to end up poor. You're going to lose your money. You're not going to get to the next level, and you're going to hate life.
That's what happens to lottery winners, by the way.
Yeah.
There was not the mindset to create the wealth, but a bunch of wealth got dumped in their lap, and they didn't know what to do because they didn't have the mindset of how to keep it. So making it as one thing, keeping it as another thing, expanding, multiplying is something else. Go ahead, sweetheart.
And then teaching somebody else how to do it. You really know that you know something if you can be the example and you could teach somebody else how to implement it. So if you have kids, it's not only important for you to have the right mindset, but you are the example for your kids, because they're certainly not going to learn the right mindset in school. Probably not whatever first job or career that they're going to have. Their employer is not going to teach them the right mindset. Their school is not going to teach them the right mindset. They're going to learn it from you and what they watch you doing. So it is key, vital to your survival. The level of survival that you get to enjoy is key on your mindset, because that's where it all starts. You have got to become a mind ninja. You got to get your mind right so you can get your money right. So we want to help you do that. We're going to be doing a wealth building challenge, and we want to talk just a little bit about poor mindset versus wealthy mindset. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, before we dive into this, for those of you who want to sign up for our wealth building challenge, you can actually go to 6buildingblocks.com/challenge. It's the number 6. So 6 building blocks, the 6 main areas of your finances. If you handle these building blocks and you get them all working, running well, you build wealth and you get into a condition we call a condition of affluence and power, and build an unbreakable financial house. So if you guys want to sign up for free for the wealth building challenge we're doing, 6buildingblocks.com/challenge. I'll put it on the screen. And Chelsea's going to get into talking about the wealthy mindset versus poor mindset, because this is something that before you get into the tactical things of what to do, everybody wants like a strategy or a tip. All these kinds of different things. The very first thing you got to do. Yeah, that's something we get asked all the time. One of the most important things you can do is to get this here. Nobody can steal this from you. Nobody can rob you of this. Once you have that up here, the knowledge that you need and the right mindset that you need so that you can execute and have confidence. Because look, when you are unsure about moves to make, you don't make any moves. So as a result, you miss moves, and then you get FOMO. You get fear of missing out. Oh, I missed out on the last thing. So, but when you have the right mindset, you actually have more certainty. You can move with confidence. You can make money moves with confidence. You know, like Cardi B, what she talk about making money moves. You can make money moves with confidence and know that you're going to produce results. So, okay. So why don't you get into some of the different differences and aspects of wealthy mindset versus poor mindset?
Okay, and I'll tell you too really quick why we are sharing this with you is because we want you to flourish and prosper. We want you to build an unbreakable financial house so you can handle anything that comes your way financially. But beyond that, you can make the impact you want to make in your life, in your family, in your business, your community, and beyond. So when we talk about this, I want you to think about and identify like where you are in these two, wealthy versus poor mindset, where you are, what's serving you, what's hurting you, and what you can do to improve right? What you could do to get to the next level. Okay, so when it comes to, and when we say poor mindset and wealthy mindset, it's not necessarily like somebody who's poor that doesn't have any money and somebody who's wealthy that has a lot of money. It's what leads up to those things. This is the mindset, the way that you think. Okay, there are some people who are wealthy, who have a lot of money, that have a poor mindset, and they're not going to keep their money, or they're going to be miserable. Okay, so it's not just about how much money or assets or wealth you've created, it's about what is in here. Okay, so poor mindset, somebody who has a poor mindset focuses on problems. Okay, they think about why something can't be done, why it's not going to work. They expect to lose. Okay, they are a victim of their circumstances. And let me tell you something. My God, there is a lot of victimness going on right now. There are so many, it's like been normalized to be a victim of your circumstances and that it's somebody else's fault. But listen to me carefully. When you are a victim of your circumstances and when you blame somebody else and you say somebody else is keeping you down or somebody else is keeping you from this or I can't because of this, then you're right. You have no control over it because you're putting all the power in your circumstances in somebody else's control, and you're going to stay with that poor mindset. So we want to help you to get out of that poor mindset so you can get a wealthy mindset. Okay. It really, I am all about like, hey, look at where you are, where you want to be, what you got to do, and go there. I'm not about crybaby, I can't do this because of this. I get everybody has a story, everybody has a problem. I have challenges that I've overcome. And let me tell you, I had this poor mindset. This was me. That's why I'm talking so like not nicely about this, because this is something I had to work really hard on. And it's something I continue to work on because I would see a problem and I would say, oh, we can't do it. It's not going to work. I would become a victim of my circumstances. I can't do it because of this. This is something I really learned from Martin because he is, as we get into the wealthy mindset, he looks at it a whole lot different. And so we'll get into what that wealthy mindset is. But is there anything that you wanted to say about poor mindset?
Well, here's the thing about the whole idea. You can't be a victim and a victor at the same time. A victor is somebody who is victorious. You won. You've overcome the circumstance and you've moved past it. Now, it doesn't mean people don't have trauma, bad situations. Look, I had all of that happen to me. Okay, I lived in a war zone. I was in the poorest country in the world in Africa. It was where I was born. All right, and I went through a war. Went through all these different things. So you have to, whatever the circumstances that you have, that you were born into, grew up in, all of that, you can change. One of the things that led me, one of the things that was super helpful for me is I once heard somebody say, "You can design your life." And until somebody said that to me, I never even thought, how does somebody take control of their life for a certain amount of results? You can design your life, meaning you can create the outcome that you want in your life. You can literally, like if you were molding clay, you could design it. You could draw it out. You could create the situations and environments that you want. But if you're a victim, if you believe you're a victim of your circumstances, then you're the effect. And if you're the effect, it means somebody else is doing something to you. When you're the cause of success, then now you're the one that's making it happen. So then it falls in your lap to go make it something happen. You can do things when you're in a position of being the cause. When you're in a position of just being an effect, you're not able to do as much because you're just feeling like you're at the mercy of whatever's happening around you. So very key.
All right, so let's talk about wealthy mindset. What does that look like, and how can you be more of this? How can you have more of a wealthy mindset? Okay, so we talked about poor mindset focuses on problems. Wealthy mindset focuses on opportunities. Those same problems, yes, you lose your personal power from within. Yes,
absolutely.
Totally agree.
One thing I'll say on problems real quick.
Yeah.
Is the problem is you think problems are a problem.
Yeah.
Problems are not a problem. Problems are opportunities. So and whenever there's a problem with something, I'm looking for the opportunity there. What is the opportunity? Problems are not a problem. And that's the problem. Anytime you think, hey, I got too many problems, that's the problem. Problems are not a problem. That's the only problem that you have, is that you think problems are a problem.
If you have no problems, you got a problem. You got a big problem. So wealthy mindset focuses on opportunities, okay? Instead of problems, they look at why something will work. They expect to win, okay? So no matter what they are facing, no matter what challenges, barriers, failures, then they don't even accept it. A wealthy mindset person is like, okay, I got to overcome that challenge. Okay, I got to find a solution to that problem. Okay, and here's another thing too when it comes to problems. If you're having the same problems over and over and over, it means you haven't figured out how to solve that problem. You haven't found a solution. So you're going to keep facing that same problem. You're not going to get to the next level until you can solve that problem. And so wealthy mindset people, they look at, okay, how can I solve this? How can I get onto a bigger problem? Right? In our business and our relationship, when we have grown and expanded and we're like, oh, we keep facing the same problems. We got to figure out how to solve these and grow and expand, right? And so we figured out how to, in our relationship, figured out how to communicate better. We, in our business, we realized, okay, we got to have a team. We got to expand. We got to take some of these tasks off of us so that we can grow and expand and have more people flourish and prosper with us. So now we're having bigger, more problems. Yeah. But instead of looking at it as like, oh, I don't want these problems, and still, I've faced this challenge. I still have to expand my mindset and I still have to grow into a more wealthy mindset, and I have to welcome these problems. And instead of getting stressed and overwhelmed, I have to think, okay, this is cool because now we have new problems, different challenges. We're growing and expanding. We're getting to the next level. And where wealthy mindset people, instead of being a victim of their circumstances, they learn and they grow from their circumstances. They look at, okay, this thing didn't go right. What can I learn from it? What can I do differently? How can I do this differently? How can I look at it differently? And then also, instead of poor mindset, it's always someone else's fault. Wealthy mindset takes responsibility for everything. Now, that may seem crazy and that may be hard to hear and hard to swallow. Anything that happens in my life, whether I did something to cause it or not, I look at how can I take responsibility? Because the more responsibility that you could take, the more control you have over the situation. And I want more control in my life. I don't want to lose control. I don't want to put control in my circumstances' hands, in somebody else's hands.
So or in the government's hands.
Yeah. So the more I could take responsibility for every action in my life, the more that I have control over it.
So look, some of this may be tough because I can understand if you're in a position, whether it's financial or in life, where life is just beating you up or kicking your behind, and you're thinking, how do I get from under this situation? Or maybe you're super affluent, or maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're trying to escape that situation. We've been in all these different positions before. So if you're trying to escape and somebody's telling you, you know, you're responsible for the circumstances of your life, that can be hard in your mind to comprehend or understand. However, you have to just look to see, is this true for me? And what I realized is, giving an example, years ago, many years ago, I bought this old car. This was when I was super broke, so it wasn't, I didn't buy like a classic car. It was an old car because that's all I could afford at the time. So it was this old car. I was broke, and it was this old beat up Saturn, and I used to get paid every week.
Those are just bad cars anyway.
And in my mind, yeah, they're not the greatest cars. That's what I could afford. In my mind, every week I'm like, I would be so scared something will happen with the car, right? In my mind, I'm like, shit, something's gonna happen in my car this week. I just can just feel it. And then every week, guess what would happen? Right before I got paid, boom, something happened to the car. It was like, this went on for like 8 weeks. It's 8 weeks in a row. It was the clutch went out, it was a stick shift. The clutch went out, the brakes, the this, the that. Every single week something was happening. And then I realized, I asked myself, is it happening because I think it's going to happen? And then I said, in my mind, I said, this week nothing's gonna happen to the car. And that's what I literally want to say. This week, nothing's going to happen to the car. The car is going to run good. And every time I'm driving the car, I'll just be thinking, the car is going to run good. Car, you're running good. Car, because it was like, it was the 6 or 8 weeks in a row. And it happened so often, I just came to expect it as a way of life. That every week, something's going to happen to this car. And then when I finally, in my mind, decided I want to go this week without that happening, guess what happened? Nothing happened to the car that week. And then I realized, maybe there's something to that. I didn't read books and all this stuff. It was just kind of me realizing, man, life is beating me up. My car has to get fixed every week, every time. It was like Wednesday, I would get paid on Friday. Wednesday or Thursday, something would happen to the car. And when that happened continually, I started to realize there's something about the power that you have and your intention. And so, is your intention to just get by? Is your intention to create wealth? Is your intention to just be comfortable, whatever that means? Or is your intention prosperity? And what are you doing about it? We wake up every day, think about actions you have to take to reach your goals, to do the things you want to do, to hit your objectives. Do you even have any objectives? Do you have any targets? And wealthy people all have targets. They envision things. They set aside and say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to do. They take pictures that represent it. They sound like they get around people. Yeah, there was a book that came out called The Secret that was about that concept. However, there was a certain doingness involved. At first, you think about one thing, but thinking by itself isn't always sufficient to get you where you want to go. That involves some doingness. Like, for example, somebody says, I want to build financial freedom. Okay, for a person who want to build financial freedom, we have a free wealth building challenge, right? So it's 5 days. It starts on the 15th. A person has to do something. If they want to increase their knowledge, they have to do something, which means they have to register for the challenge. They have to show up. They have to participate. They even get workbooks for free, all of that. You get a free digital copy of our book. This book here, we wrote about couples and money. You get a free digital copy of this book. And we're giving away $1,000 cash. All of that, but you still have to do something. None of that will materialize if you don't show up. So the thinking part's great. That's where it starts with the mindset. But the doingness, the something you do, an action you take, is what bridges you from where you are to where you want to be. So it's not like a magic carpet where you just arrive. You just think about it and then you arrive there. There's that doingness is the gap. And the faster you can know what to do and then you can do it, the faster you get to where you're trying to go. But the mindset is where it starts. And if you continually think about victimization, how the world's working against you, I used to have a buddy that would say, the world's working against me today. He used to say that all the time. And I'm like, dude, the world's not working against you, bro. You're working against yourself. And he stopped saying that, and I think his life got better. But don't hang around people who they feel like the world is working against them, because guess who's part of the world? You are. So very soon they're going to start thinking, is this guy working against me? Because you're part of the world. Get around people who think abundance, who think prosperity. And that's one of the things with our wealth building challenge is that there's a community of people involved that's on that journey. Everybody's at different levels. Look, we got clients worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Everybody's at different financial levels, but you can get around and be in an environment of people who are winning and want to win. And that will really, really help you get to the next level.
Yeah. And one thing when it comes to looking at problems as opportunities is it's so important to get into that mindset, because it's not just about like whatever problems you're facing now, whether it's financial stability, whether it's hiring people in your business. Good God, that has been quite an interesting market this year. Let me tell you, if you're an employer, then that has been, it could be looked at as a problem, but really turning that into an opportunity. Yeah. And I'll tell you that when you do solve your problems, it's not just like, oh, you solve your problems and then you don't have any more. No, if you're a driven person, which I think you are, we are very driven. We always want to know what we're capable of. We want to reach our potential. So when we solve one problem, then we want to solve the next one and solve the next one. We want to know how much we can accomplish, right? And so when you solve a problem or an opportunity, then guess what? There's going to be another one, and they're going to get bigger and more challenging. And so the faster that you can switch your mindset into looking at problems and switching that into looking at opportunities, the better off you're going to be, the more fun it's going to be, because you look at it like a game. Isn't life more fun when you look at it like a game? And when you play a game, there's challenges, there's obstacles, there's problems, right? In order to win the game, but it's fun. And so the more that you can look at things, facing problems, looking at as opportunities, thinking of it like a game, it's going to be more fun and more challenging, and you're going to want to take those challenges on than rather like avoid them and get stressed by them. So the more that you can look at problems as opportunities and look at it like a game, then you can much easier and much faster get to the next level, whatever it is that you're facing. So you have to decide, are you going to win, or are you going to keep playing the same game? It's up to you, because whatever you believe, you are right. You're going to look for ways to make that true. And so you can decide to play to win, or you can decide to stay right where you are. And then we can't really help you if that's your choice.
Absolutely. So encourage you to come play with us, man. Come play with us in our wealth building challenge. It's going to be fun. It's going to be 5 days. You're going to get Chelsea and I an hour each day. It's going to be noon Eastern time is what we set it up for. Starting next Monday, every day this week we're going to go live. We're going to talk a lot about the mindset, and then on our wealth building challenge, we're going to talk about strategies and very tactical things you can do, handling cash flow, debt management, reserves, proper protection of your assets and yourself, build wealth, build legacy, different types of trusts to have, ideas for leveraging certain things to multiply and accelerate your wealth, what's happening in stock world, what's happening in crypto space. All of these different things are things we're going to touch on, and how you can use all of these things to work together to build an unbreakable financial house across multiple generations. And you have an opportunity to win $1,000 cash.
And this is good for your personal finances and business finances. If you're a business owner, all of these tools and information that we're going to share absolutely applies to your business. And this is key, because we're about to end 2021, okay? And maybe you're on track to reach all your targets and goals. Awesome. But you should have new targets and higher goals for the next year. And so it's really important to look at, hey, do I have all these pieces in place? Do I have all the tools that I need to truly have unbreakable finances, which means you can handle anything? Job market up and down, pandemic shutdown, sickness, any kind of thing that could come your way, you can handle it because you have an unbreakable financial house. That's what we want to help you do.
Yes, absolutely. So go to sixbuildingblocks.com / challenge. Someone says, what about those who have time constraints? So when you join a challenge, you'll be able to get some of the recordings. We like people to participate live, because you can engage, you can ask questions just like you're doing now. But when you join a challenge for that day, each video from that day will be left up for like 24 hours. So you have an opportunity to still watch it. So you can still come back and watch it at a different time, even if a different time zone, things like that. So we'll have that available so that you can have a chance to watch it and learn. You'll get workbooks emailed to you where you can follow along and fill it out. So you can actually have different answers, like fill in the blanks and different things we're doing, so that you can actually follow along and when it's all done, you have all those 6 building blocks, those 6 areas of your finances, all together in your workbook, and you'll know exactly how to execute on different things to do, how to improve each one of those areas. And every day we have a certain outcome that we want to help people to do. What do we want them to get from today? We have an outcome from every single one of them. So, but you'll be learning from us throughout this week. We'll go live every day at noon Eastern time, just to talk about different aspects. A lot of it's going to be around the mindset that you should have. Then go into next week, where we will dive into our wealth building challenge. So feel free to invite people. For those of you who invite others, you'll be entered to win. So we'll be doing giveaways. We'll be giving away daily cash prizes. We'll be giving away money at the end, all kinds of stuff like that. But what's even more important than the money is gaining more knowledge on the subject of finances. So with that, we thank you for tuning in. You can go to 6buildingblocks.com/challenge to register, and you'll get emailed, you get texted for updates whenever the challenge is starting. And we may do things like we may do a flash giveaway or something like that for like inviting people. You'll be able to see our YouTube channel, all these kinds of different things on there as well.
Awesome. So we hope to see you guys there, and we hope you have a great day. Be working on your mindset. Become a mind ninja so you can get your mind right to get your money right.
Hey, Uncle Sam, says Sam Adjavon. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Okay. All right, I'll reach out to you. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you later.
Bye. Hey, Tammy.